Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 9, entitled as Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam. Sloka 9, Part 3. Na cha mam tāni karmāṇi nibadhnanti dhanañjaya udāsīna-vad āsīnam asaktaṁ teṣu karmasu. In the previous session, we saw few examples which illustrates that how Krishna is not the cause for the differences. The example of teacher and student, the example of farmer and the trees, the example of goldsmith and jewelry. Today we will see what are the different stages or positions that Krishna takes in decision making. Before that, there is a example also given in Vishnu Purana where a fragrant flower is touched by the smelling power of a person. The smelling and the flower are detached from one another. There is a similar connection between the material world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he has nothing to do with this material world. He creates by his glance and ordains. It is also said in Vishnu Purana, Nimitta matram evaso srijyanam sarga karmani pradhana karani bhutha yato vaisrijya shaktayah. That the Lord at the time of creation takes a neutral position and creates the living entities based on their individual karma. Therefore, the Lord is not to be blamed for the differences that we see in this world. He does not show any cruelty, partiality towards anyone. He is free of those faults, which is also confirmed in Vedanta Sutra. Vaishamya naigrinya na sapekshatvat. It is clearly stated here, the Lord is neither partial nor cruel, because the bodies are created according to one's karma. It is not based on Krishna's choice that he whimsically starts creating things. It's not like that. But there might be a question raised that in the Shastra we hear that at the beginning there was nothing existing except God. If that's the case, where does the karma comes into the picture at the time of creation? Therefore it seems God is the one which is having this partiality nature where he creates living entities with these differences. Sadeva saumya idam agre āsīt ekameva advatiyam. In the Chandogya Upanishad, it very clearly mentions, at the beginning nothing exists but the Supreme Lord, Brahman. Eko vai Narayana āsīna na Brahma na Ishano na Apho na Agni samo neme. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Lord, Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no fire, no moon, no stars, no sun, except the Supreme Lord, nothing existed. Therefore, the question is, when the Lord created, He created everyone based on His choice. That is the argument. But we should understand that karma is beginningless, and the creation happens often. Like pralaya also happens many times. The karma is beginningless, like the jiva who is also anadi. If jiva is beginningless, then why do we say he has been created? Well, when we say God creates the living entities, it is not the Atma, it is the bodies that the living entities get based on their karma. That is what is called as creation. Because Jivatma is a spirit soul, that does not get created, rather it's the body which gets created. Vishnu Dharmam says, Abrahma Astamba Paryanta Jagadanta Vyavastitaha Pranina Karma Janita Samsara Vasa Vartinaha. From the mighty Brahma to the smallest insect blade of grass, all the living entities are bound by their karmas. They are not liberated souls. They are born to experience the fruits of their karma. It is said, if someone commits an offense, a sin, by word, they get a birth of pakshi or mrigam, birds or animals. If someone commits offense by body, they get a body of birth of stavaram, plants and trees. If an offense committed by mind, through mind, one will be born as low-born human with no bhakti. Now, let's understand the three positions that Krishna takes. Number 1, udāsīna. Number 2, anumanta. Number 3, dyutaka. In the first position as udāsīna, Krishna remains neutral as a neutral person. He allows the individual entity to think and decide what the living entity wants to do. He does not interfere in the free will that he has given them. So the individual entities has the free will to think what they want to do. In that stage, Krishna remains as udāsīna. That thought could be a good thought or it could be a bad thought. Irrespective of whatever the thoughts are or whatever that living entity wants to do, could be a good action or a bad action, Krishna does not interfere in that. Let's understand more on this one from the Vedanta Sutra perspective and how the Lord takes three different positions in the decision making in our next session. Namaste. Hare Krishna.